What's up, my XRP brothers from another mother and my cute XRP sisters? This is Rob with the XRP 007 channel coming to you from another stinking hot Venice Island, not down at the beach, not 5 out of 5. And the title of this episode is Rob's XRP $100 and $500 bingo card. Yep, there's a lot of ways to get bingo. Watch this episode to the end. I got kind of like a half a loaf. So I'm kind of doing sans cards, like half a cards. Just they're going to be winging it this afternoon as a gentle rolling into a Monday to get this week started. And yes, I'm pretty excited. And a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. This channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only. But thank you as always. We are over 10,000 subscribers. We're only about, I don't know, next run 11,000. But indeed, if you are new to this channel, if you would hit the subscribe button to subscribe, the bell for notification, that like button, tap it, slap it, whatever you are feeling for a Monday. And if you do Twitter, follow me at Rob XRP007 on Twitter. Love my XRP Twitter family. And a shout out to Therese up in beautiful Manhattan. It was wonderful to talk to you as always. Much love, Therese. So grateful to this community is so much more besides XRP and money and wealth and so forth. So days like today, you're just really happy to be a part of this great community. So thank you so much. Enjoyed our conversation. Yes, and I had to call her today because I said, I think we're close. I said, I know I've been wrong a whole bunch of times. I don't want to get your hopes up, but this is what I'm seeing. I'm going to go over it with you guys too as well. And don't forget about my 3 sponsors. We can get them under 1 minute. I think if we can do that, yeah. iTrustCapital, they give you $100 when you sign up. Links in the description. And create a Roth IRA. It is tax-free. You know, take the time to do that because it will save you literally hundreds of thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars in taxes. Which one? I mean, that's kind of like a duh. You want to like pay either regular tax or capital gains tax, or how about zero tax? I'm kind of liking zero tax. So anyway, and you can also, great place to get financial, institutional grade custody, zero on the custody fees. That, my friends, is iTrust and also Tangem. Wonderful, my favorite go-to choice for cold storage because you don't have to fool with the seed phrases. Also, you can be your own bank and it ties into Google Pay. I mean, come on, this is like getting so cool. So anyway, again, I advocate that you get a 3-card pack and that I would get at least 2, if not 3, if not 4 different packs. So that way, in case something happens to one, you'll have the other ones fall back on. Those other 2 or 3 ships will get you above the finish line. You get 10% off when you use the link in the description, including that James Bond Tangem ring, which is just cooler than chicken. So I'll be talking to them tomorrow, and I'll update you on any news after I get to chat with him and talk with Alex. Shout out to you, Alex. And last but not least, Caleb and Brown, the fine folks at Caleb and Brown, where they have no custody fees. I'm liking them better each and every day as far as a really great, fantastic choice for institutional grade custody. And their execution they do is beyond reproach. That is, if you want to get your XRP out, if you want to sell $1 million of XRP in one day, you can do it. So anyway, and when we hit the banana zone, and we will, whether we have a black swan and you want to buy the dip and the exchanges are going to freeze up, or once we start to hit the banana zone and you want to take a little profit, you can get your order in. Links in the description. There we go. Maybe that was 2 minutes, 3 minutes. All right. And yes, as y'all know, I figured out how to retire on $250,000 here in the U.S. Email me, name and number, good time to call you. Emails in the description. And also the holy grail that I found absolutely loving is the AI bot I have doing trading up on my Kraken. Also works with Coinbase. And yes, I got 6% last month, and I have another one that I am doing that I'm equally fired up, and it's in the 2-digit for a monthly return. I'm talking about 10+% every single month. So I'll share both of those. Email your name, number, and a good time to call you. Yeah, and so yes, I do believe that it is nigh for us to be champagne popping, island hopping, and yacht shopping is nigh. It is nigh. And actually, yes, hopefully this week I will be making an announcement about the XRP 007 proper party. I'm going to call those guys when I get off this phone call and say, hey, buddies, get going, because I want to make that announcement and get rocking with that. And yes, so in the comments, this is from M Medic. It says, XRP scarcity will drive our price, happening faster than we know. That Bigger boats looking really good. Thank you, Medic. I couldn't agree with you more. That bigger boat is on the horizon. Currently, we have Bitcoin like I don't know, I don't care. XRP this morning was at $1.15. I have no clue where it is right now. Price is just noise. And also breaking from the Todd report, shout out to you, Todd. It says that the Ripple National Trust Bank Charter has been approved. And I don't think that's the Fed skinny master account. I think these are two different things. But yeah, that's gone through with a couple other banks as well. And then someone commented in that tweet, said, yeah, getting the charter approved is one thing. Hanging on to it's another. There will be some pushback and blowback from the banks. And now, as we get down to the last two cards of this episode, when I wing it, talking about my bingo card. Well, this is what I got. You know, it's just kind of this thinking where it's like trying to guess with our best guesstimates when we have that price appreciation. And actually, I did just watch a video, once again from Todd, the Todd report. I think this might have been the right one. He says a minute long, but anyway, it was still juicy stuff. It was Chris Larson saying that we are so close. Everything's about ready to happen, and he anticipates a quote-unquote Cambrian explosion soon. From none other than Chris Larson. So here's the bingo card. And then I'll take each of these and kind of heavyweighted them. The first date is June 28th. That is next Friday. Could we see some kind of price appreciation on that day? As I mentioned in my last episode, Smoke Dog apparently seems to think that, yes, we could go up and continue to go up. So I look for that. That would be a breath of fresh air if we could get above $2. No, it seems impossible. We could easily get a 40% green candle in a day with the right kind of news. So that would put us in the $1.60 range off the top of my head. That would be great. I'd love to see us above 2 before the end of this month. So there's the first little date. I kind of just give it give or take. It's a coin toss. It's not really going to be in my bingo card. That's a sure thing. The next one, I actually am going to give a little bit bigger weight to. That is July 4th, the 250th celebration of this country. And for some reason, again, it's just a hunch that I'm going on. A lot of times we've had that we were waiting on Trump news and ended up being a nothing burger. For some reason on this one, I think is going to be different. I think there's so much going and riding on this particular date, being the 250th anniversary of this country, along with midterms coming up. I have this spidey sense that something big could happen and blow up the price of your XRP. That's only about 11 days away. And then the next date that we have is July 13th, and this is the juicy one. That is less than 30 days away now, because here we are on the 21st, and that is when DTCC goes live. And per my last episode, went over Smoke Dog and his analytics of the whole situation, saying that they could be testing 100 million transactions a day. If we do, I'm looking for some really nice price appreciation. The next date, I do not know the significance exactly of this. This is June 18th, and I'm not sure exactly. Comment down below if you know on that. It has been on my radar, but anyway, in essence, end of July is when I'm looking for some really nice price appreciation. And here's some of the other wild cards that I'm looking at. And then of course, the biggest nugget I have is just by the end of October. And that is when sometimes between October 1 and end of October, we have DTCC going full launch. So anyway, so some of the other bingo little things that are wild cards that could happen. Could we have an emergency rate cut by a rate hike by Japan? Could we have an emergency rate cut here in the U.S.? Potentially, I don't know. The BlackRock ETF, that's a fun one. If we got that, that would be absolutely epic in terms of moving the markets, especially the price of your XRP. Keep in mind that dwarfs the current amount of XRP ETFs by 170,000% in terms of the potential inflows. And then the other wild card one, which I still think would just be massive for the crypto industry, especially if it's tied in with an announcement, and that would be X payments. So if Elon Musk were to come out and say, yes, XRP is driving, it's at the settlement layer for our X payments, that would move the price. So anyway, that's just kind of that one. The BlackRock one, huge. The X one, we shall see. So that's my bingo card going in. And then as far as the bingo card, when I got to chatting with others today, including Therese, talking about, she's asking, are you going to take profit at $10, Rob? It's a beautiful number, and actually a great number for a lot of us if you were able to accumulate XRP at 50 cents or sub 50 cents. My lowest entry price was 18 cents back in 2021, the month of January. I'll never forget it. I'll be able to get that. Got a little bit at 18 cents, but I backed up the truck between 20 and 25, baby. So anyway, so that's a large, massive move when we get to $10. And the answer that I had to your question was no. And it's like, yeah, I'll take out for like the monthly for what I may have to scale out. But in terms of like taking any large percentage at $10, it's a no for me, not financial advice. And the reason why is we're not too far from my 2 dates. One being that I think by July 13th is when we see that price appreciation. We could see a flip the switch moment to some extent or degree. A lot of people think XRP has to be $100 to be used as a settlement mechanism. That would be amazing if we're less than 30 days. But anyway, so instead of taking profit at $10, I am, once again, I'll say it again, maybe the third or fourth time on this channel, I'm looking more at taking profit potentially at the end of the month of July. And hopefully we're like a really nice solid 2-digit number, whether it's 20, 30, 50, or 100. I'll probably be looking to take some off the table if it's substantial in that range. I think we could be 50 to 100, if not 100. That's my first profit zone, not financial advice. And then the second one, again, about 120 days later or 90 days, just depending upon when DTC does do that flip the switch moment for going for full scale launch on their derivatives trading tokenized assets. And that date, by the end of October, I anticipate will be a minimum of at least a 3-digit $100 XRP to a $500, like that $500 scratch off on the bingo card, if not a beautiful 4-digit $1,000 XRP. Hang strong, diamond hands. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.